I never had really been interested in hockey. I had never thought of joining the school's team. I knew there wasn't a girls' hockey team, but I didn't ever think about it. Once I heard that there was a team being created, I thought it was cool, but I still didn't really pay that close attention to it. Little did I know I'd be fascinated by the story of its creation and how the joining of two schools in a sport changes the team dynamic just a few years later. I became friends with one of the team members, and I heard parts of the story about the creation of the team. The bits and pieces of the story interested me, and I wanted to learn more.
It kind of already happened by the time I got here. So being my first year as the athletic director here at West Bridgewater, the fruition of the web hockey team kind of already got started. So I believe there was a group of girls that had gotten together. I think Rachel Smith, Maddie Bain, just to name a couple, and they approached Mr. Bodwell and Superintendent Oakley at the time, and they had the conversation.
We had players go to our athletic directors from both schools, and eventually they got in contact with each other and went from there.
Like any team, there were speed bumps along the way, and with there being two towns, there was a divide between the EB girls and the WB girls.
First season, it was very separate. One town was on one side of the locker room, the other town was on the other. And just throughout the seasons, they grow closer and closer, and it's at the point where you almost can't separate them.
Practices and games were definitely a lot different than it is now. We were still getting used to playing together and being together. We didn't really know each other that well since we were from two different schools.
They started getting closer and started to become a real team.
Can you describe your relationship with your teammates?
My teammates are like my sisters. I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world.
They're all my brothers. I have their back. I'm positive they have mine. We're just like a big family almost.
So I know you've had prior experience playing hockey. Can you explain or talk a little bit about the difference between this team and any other teams you've played with before?
This team I definitely have a stronger bond with. I've never been so close to a whole team like I have with this team. Teams I've been on before, I've had cliques, like there's groups of people that are closer than others, but this team, it's just everyone is one big group, and we're all just close.
January 16th, 2019. The team experienced a loss. Maddie Bain, a member from West Bridgewater, and one of the founding members of the team, passed away.
I understand that the loss of your teammate must have been a struggle for the team. Would you say that that brought your team closer together?
Yes, that definitely brought our team closer together, although it was tragic for everyone, but I think that we definitely came together to support each other during that time, and our bonds just grew from there.
Obviously, that's a tough thing for any team to go through, and I think the girls were just there for each other, really held each other up, and just continued to play the sport that she loved.
The first game played by the web hockey team was against Kenton. They lost 6-4. Maddie scored the first goal. The first game since the 16th was against Canton again, and they won 6-4 with Riley Bain, Maddie's sister, scoring the first goal. After doing some more research on the team and its creation, I began focusing on a much broader subject, women in sports. Talk to me a little bit about how you have seen girls' roles in sports change over time.
Sure, well, big time. Certainly with Title IX, things have changed so much, and certainly growing up. I mean, when I grew up, there was, softball, field hockey, a couple sports, but now there's so many sports for girls to play. Girls and women in sport has changed so much. So much more opportunity, so many more, availability of sports for girls to play, which is incredible. It's incredible. So, but I always think there's always still more ways to go. There's still more to do, and I think girls are doing it. So it's, yeah.
So when you say Title IX, can you just explain what that means?
So equitable, everything, gender didn't matter. That you could, whether you, whatever your gender, not, you had the opportunity to participate in sports.
The team is now 3 years old. They are now considered a varsity team in their league. Rachel Smith, the captain of the team, who was a freshman at the time of the team's creation, is now a junior. As the Wild Vikings prepare for younger girls to join the team, the story of how the team was created and how just a couple of girls who love hockey started a team from scratch will not be forgotten.